Hello farmers, welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. We are up in a little tree forestry area, cutting down some trees. This is the first one I've got cut so far today. The wood chipper has not been running for a while, and instead of going down, getting the truck and do the auto loading and everything, we're just going to cut the trees and drag them over to the point we need to drop them off at, and get the wood chipper up and going. It is, it's 1 o'clock or almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon here today. And, I got the class action. Is that an action? Is that the action we got? I think so. That tractor is seeding the field over by the sheep pasture and the chicken pastures as well. If you remember at the end of the last episode, we planted field number 3, which is just over that hill there. What field did I just plant? Well, I was checking things out. The field right across from the farm up here on the northern plateau, that one's done. And like I said, he's doing the sheep pasture now. We'll do the one across from the sheep pasture, and then we'll head up to field number 3 and seed that one. The lower plateau is pretty much taking care of itself today. All the fields are good to go. We're just waiting for harvest to come along. The factories, I went and brought some water over to the vineyard. The vineyard is where it makes grapes. We were out of water, so that kind of came back to me that I needed to do that. So all the factories are looking good. The prices for some of the stuff we have at the factory, so like the sugar and the meat, especially the meat, I'm really looking for that price to go up, because with all the meat pallets, and I think it's the meat pallets that's making it laggy over there, because I got maybe like 20 to 30 meat pallets over there, and it's getting laggy again. So I think it's the meat pallets that's doing it, because it didn't seem to do it when I had the old sugar pallets going. So as for great demands as well, like I said, we're looking for the meat. Some sugar. The sugar wouldn't be too bad either, seeing that the Pepsi factory is not taking as much sugar as I originally thought. It's kind of like the meat factory, to where it'll take some but not a whole lot. So if there's a great demand for sugar or meat, we'll be doing that. Or the alcohol. The alcohol is from the winery that we have, so I got a good amount of pallets building up for that. All the animals down there are doing well, because we fed the horses not long ago and topped them all off. So they're good to go, and we're not going to have any horses to sell for at least, was that going to be like 6-7 days? So no more major profits coming in by the horses, but when one comes, they're all going to be coming together, so it's all going to be good to go. Let's see, I think that kind of brings you up to speed, and it brings myself up to speed, because it's been a week since I've been on the map. So here we go. Yeah, I did remember that the wood chipper has been sitting here idle for a while, and like I said, I kind of want, we put this up here to use it, and it's been sitting idle. We need to keep it just running, just because if I leave it running all day, I can probably make like 20 to no, sorry, that's not right. I can probably make probably like 30 grand from it every day if I keep it running. So I need to keep it filled up when I can. It would have been nice if I I keep saying having another truck would be great. Alright, so this is kind of stupid. I mean, I got the cash. I don't want to buy another Volvo. What is the cheapest truck I can get? So like 119 for the Warrior? Is that the cheapest I can get? Well, I have Stevie's mod, which is 109. And when I mean truck, it's going to have to be a truck that can take the auto-loading trailer. But then I'll just have it up here parked and not really do anything. I guess occasionally I might use it for something else up here, but really not. But this is not too bad, though, just cutting down a tree and having the Scorpion King. Hey, is this the Scorpion King? Or is that the... No, this is not the Scorpion King. The Scorpion King is... That's already back in here. Let's go to... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Forestry. There we go. No, that's the Buffalo. So this is the Scorpion King. Yeah. The Scorpion King does fine just by cutting him down, backing up, and popping it into the wood chipper. So basically right now we're going to keep on doing this until the class action tractor is done. And then we'll go over and grab it and finish seeding our fields. I am also keeping my eye on the contract, because field 33 has a crop in it. I'm trying to remember from last episode. Like I said, it's been a week, so was it wheat or barley? I think it's wheat. I think it has wheat in it, and it's ready for harvest, so I'm kind of keeping my eye open for that. And if field 35 comes up, probably the only thing that'll come up for that will be fertilizing or weeding. Seeding, I don't care about. Seeding, I've done the seeding without fertilizing, and yeah, you do make money on it, but not much, as far as I'm concerned. And I got modded seed rolls, so I don't use as much seed as the base game one is. So there's that. Yeah, so the farm is, otherwise, we have done pretty good the past 5 or 6 in-game days, right? Cutting into that lone. I cut that tree, you saw it, and you heard it. And I don't know what the symbol is on Farming Simulator when you come up to the tree and it says, this tree is too big for it, and it's like, what? What are you talking about? It's not too big. That's something I never hear, that it's too big. So, yeah, I don't know why we get this sign that says it's too big, then you go cut it and it's fine. I don't understand that. But yeah, we did have some wood chips in there already, like 100 and, wait, was it 100 some odd thousand liters? Or was it 16? I don't know. I had wood chips in there. We'll just leave it at that. We had wood chips in there. So eventually, once we get enough of these trees cut, we'll buy, should I buy the planter? Probably will. I like buying the leasing thing, you know. Hey, I owe 40 million, or not $40 million anymore. We're below that. But I owe so much money. What's buying, you know, a $5,000 planter and just leaving it up here? And of course, I will get some saplings. The Stevie mod, another Stevie mod, where yeah, you get 60 saplings on a pallet, which is going to be nice. And probably what I'll do is I'll plant them a little bit close. Well, there were trees over here, but they're all gone. Yeah, I'll plant them over here and probably plant them a little bit closer together, so I don't have to drag them too far. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, do I, you know, really I should be like just doing this normally, like cutting it and cutting in 8-meter lengths and picking up with the auto loader, or some people might, you know, probably don't like me doing the auto loader, but I do. Yeah, you know, picking up and then delivering it that way. But this is probably just as easy, maybe, I don't want to say just as fast. I suppose if the Volvo truck was up here, I might go ahead and do that, but the Volvo truck is at the lower. It seems like that truck is, you know, it's on the wrong plateau. If I'm working on the lower plateau, it's up on the upper plateau, and vice versa. I'm not really seeing, I don't know how many liters of logs I have in there, but like I said, I'm going to keep on cutting until, well, he is just about done. I don't know if you saw that quickly, but I just took a glance. He's probably got like 1 or 2 more passes to go, and then that field will be all set. So yeah, not much work to do the rest of this day on the farm other than get the other 2 fields seeded, which I will be doing here shortly. And yeah, I don't see us making any, you know, a great amount of cash the rest of the day. So I mean, I guess I could sell some wood chips afterwards. I guess it all depends on the price. Yet the wood chipper is up here, meaning I could take care of some of the stumps, but the stumps, believe me, after working all that time on Green Mountain Forest at this point, stumps don't bother me too much. And I've gotten really good with the tree harvester. Although on Green Mountain we're using the Komatsu. I thought about trading it. I did find a modded tree harvester, which I probably should have looked for before I started that series. Because it'll cut it, the modded one will cut it to bigger lengths. But since I got so far into the series and I got all those hours on the Komatsu, I'd rather just keep on using it to see how many hours I actually put on that thing. And really, it doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, that series has been doing pretty good. I've gotten a lot farther than I did in one season than I thought I would. I'm trying to remember, because I pre-record episodes, so I'm trying to figure, I don't want to say nothing that I haven't shown yet. What have we done now? Yeah, I better not say anything, because I can't remember what episode that is that went out yesterday. Yes, I won't say nothing. I don't want to say, oh yeah, did you see the episode yesterday where we did this? And be like, no, Peanut, I did not. And then See, that would be Sunday, the next one coming up, and I'm like, oh yeah, well now we've seen it. Okay, so I won't say nothing there. I won't say nothing there. So I have to check to see what the price of wood chips are. Since I know that our class action tractor is just about done, let me go over to here. Oh, 240,000 liters of wood chips. The fuel is pretty good, and is that 146,000 liters? It is, and it's not even at 30%, so that's good. There's our tractor being done. So yeah, this will be running for a while. What is the price of wood chips at this very moment? Drum roll, please. Oh, right, that's the wrong map. That's Hazard County. I'm like, wait, I got strawberries. Nope, wrong map. Yeah, so the meat, unless the meat gets over $1,000, we're not concerned about it. The wine, I haven't looked at this too much. I'm not even sure. Have I sold wine yet off that mod? I don't know, but we got a good amount of it. And like I said, sugar, yeah, if it gets around $900, that's good. And, oh, the milk. The milk today was going up. What's the milk up to? 809. And we do have a decent amount of milk. 300,000 liters worth. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait for a great demand on that. I don't know. But let's jump on down here to the Axion. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. But that's the way I'm going to pronounce it for now. So let's just go across the street here. So I got 2 more fields of sunflowers. And now that I'm over here planting, see, nope, got to lower that down, turn it on. There we go. So I'm not sure exactly when this video I'm getting ready to talk about, but it's not much of it's not really a spoiler or anything. I'm hoping this video went out yesterday, as I'm saying this. I haven't even recorded it yet. But you probably saw that we have a multiplayer map up and running on Westbridge Hills. No mods running at the moment, so the only thing, if you want to get on the multiplayer server, is you need to download the map, which you can find on the Giants Mod Hub, or when you log into the game, go to mods, go to maps, find Westbridge Hills, and jump on there. And yeah, so the thing I should say is, yeah, if you were on the Discord channel, you would know about the multiplayer server going up on Monday. Yeah, it was Monday that I put that up. Late Monday night, though. Can I get around this corner without hitting anything? Yes, we can. So, yeah, a few of the people from the Discord channel have been on there. Like I said, as I'm recording this, I haven't even recorded that episode yet. So, I know, I think 1 or 2 of you said that you would be on when I'm recording tonight. So, we're not starting off with much on the farm. Like I said, no mods running whatsoever. So the only thing you need to download is the map itself. We're running the base game Farming Simulator, so you don't need any DLCs or anything like that, because I know most people, I didn't want to, preferably I would like to have the class Platinum Edition on there, because I do like some of the class equipment, but I did not want to exclude some people that may only have the base game. So yeah, so the multiplayer server is up and running. I probably will have talked about in the video how to get on there, but if you don't want to watch the video, jump on Discord and the instructions on how to find it. And yes, you do need a password to get on in there. We are running, right now as I'm saying this, we are running crop destruction. We're running everything set on, so like weeds will be on, everything will be on. But like I said, no mods, meaning there's no seasons at this moment. Although I think most of us are kind of saying we would like seasons on. So that could be it. We might change up in the future. And the map might be changed. I don't want to say it might be changed quick. So there's a map coming out sometime soon. Yeah. I would like to have a Let's Play on this channel on this map. But I may just use it for a multiplayer. So we'll have to see. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know, if you haven't heard the news or saw the video, or maybe the video's not out yet, hopefully it is. Yeah, we do have a multiplayer server up and running. Like I said, if you want more information, if the video's not out yet, then go ahead and jump into Discord. And by the way, you can find the Discord link in every video that I put out in the past 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, at least 3 or 4 weeks. Because the Discord just kind of started about maybe like a month ago. Yeah, somewhere right around the New Year's is when I was getting that all up and going. Yeah, on the Discord channel, by the way, if you want to jump into multiplayer, we do have a voice channel that you can jump into. So if you get together with a couple of the subs or whatever, yeah, there's be a voice channel in there so everyone can talk to one another and have a ball. Have a blast. That's what it's there for. And the reason why I chose Westbridge Hills is that is the first map I played on in Farming Simulator. And that was part of the, I don't know what it was called in FS13. It wasn't part of the base game of FS13. It's kind of like the edition, the Platinum Edition. I think back in 13 it was called the Expansion Edition, or I don't know what it's called. But that was the map, so that was the first edition of FS that I bought, was FS13, the expansion. It was on sale when I bought it. And, yep, that was the first map I played on, so when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I need to go back on that map. Some good times on that map. That map there got me hooked on Farming Simulator, and here I am, how many years later? 6 years later, whatever it is now, making videos on it. How weird is that? I don't know. Kind of weird. But yeah, just setting up the map for multiplayer. When I was setting it up, I was just a couple times I paused. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this field down here for the cows. I turned that field into a grass field, and I was like, wait a minute, how do you feed the cows? Everyone keeps saying you got to make silage. How do you make silage? Oh, the first days of you probably don't remember when you started playing Farming Simulator. If you didn't know much about farming, people would just say, yeah, just make silage. And you're like, yeah, what? How do I do that? Oh, you just got to cut grass. And you cut grass and look at it. I'm like, okay, now what? Yeah, I usually say this when I'm cutting the grass. I remember the first time I was trying to make hay. I just cut the grass and left it in the field. I'm like, okay, now I just got to wait for it to dry and it'll turn to hay. And I left it there for like 3 days. I'm like, how come it's not turning to hay? And someone said, oh, well, you need to grab a tedder and you need to ted the grass. And I'm like, okay, I'll ted the grass. And I was like, oh, it just turns right to hay. I'm like, okay. The way I thought it worked is the way it works in seasons in FS19, where you cut the grass and it's got to, it's got to dry for a day or two. That's what I was expecting it to do. Some good times. So yeah, the multiplayer server is up and running. It'll be there 24/7. Unlike me, I'm not going to be there 24/7. I might do videos on the multiplayer server. Maybe one a week. Maybe I'll jump on there for like an hour and record, and yeah, I'll probably put a message in Discord the date and time I kind of plan on recording. Yeah, so now we're done with, I don't even know what number that field is, but we're done with that field, as you can see. Now we're going to head up to field number 4 and put sunflowers in there. And then that'll kind of like wrap up the episode, I suppose, because I don't have any other work to do. All of our fields they're prepped and ready to go. While these up here that we just seeded, I'm pretty sure by late evening or tomorrow morning there's going to be weeds everywhere, because there always is. Oh yeah, and by the way, on the multiplayer server map, I should mention, hopefully when I put it in the video I'll kind of explain it, because you've never done multiplayer before, and I can probably tell there's already been one or two people because they haven't known. When you log onto a multiplayer map, you just can't jump in any equipment. You got to, hopefully the video's out. You may want to go look at it. It might be easier, but you gotta assign yourself to a farm. There's only one farm, but the first time you log in, you gotta assign yourself to a farm, and you'll be good to go. But I've already been asked a couple questions on Discord, like, oh yeah, there's no, I think someone said they wanted to buy a pressure washer. I said, you can't buy anything. Only the owner can. And that might be me. I'm not sure, but I think I'm the owner. I could give privileges to certain people, but I think we'll wait to see how this goes. Gotta be careful who you give privileges to, because they'll just start buying everything or things you don't need. I really don't need to be doing a headland here, but I guess I am. I'm so used to doing headlands, I just suppose I will. Now this class tractor, don't you have the same amount of horsepower as a T8? I don't remember how much horsepower this has right now off the top of my head. Struggling a little bit going up that hill. Around and around. I'm running a time. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I put the speed up back up to ×5 because usually when I log into a map before I start recording, I put the speed back down to ×1 just so I can go around to check everything because sometimes it's been a week since I've been on a map. And, well, technically right now I'm on 4 maps. So I got, as you know, you're watching it, the Pacific Northwest I'm recording on. We have Hazard County. We have Green Mountain Forest. And now I got Westbridge Hills on the multiplayer map. So I'm trying to keep 4 maps going. Plus, you know, if you want to count Farmer's Dynasty, but it's kind of hard to get that equipment mixed up here. But occasionally, I forget. Yeah, I was trying to load sunflower seed in my Farmer's Dynasty seed roll the other day. I'm like, oh wait, Farmer's Dynasty doesn't have sunflowers. I'll learn. Do these fields have a stage of fertilization on them? No. I think, yeah, I think what I might do is, because we're building up a lot of cow manure, I think I talked about this before. I have a manure spreader down below, and it's only 27,000 for one. The reason why I don't care what size it is, if I put it on a worker and put it on where it automatically draws from that manure heap, I won't have to ever refill it. It won't matter. It's only 27 grand. That would just save me, well, first of all, I get to use free manure instead of using artificial fertilizer. So I'll save us money in the long run. So yeah, I'll spend $27,000 on that trailer. I still will have to hire a worker, which I was doing before anyways. But I'll get to use free manure and I won't have to pay for fertilizer. So basically what you can do is after you harvest the field, get a worker just to spray some fertilizer down in the field, and then when you seed it, you're pretty much done on the field other than having to weed it. Easy peasy, nice and easy. Just keep turning around. We'll have this field finished in no time. And then we'll just double check on some prices. Yeah, as for the milk for the cows, even though we got tons of milk, 300,000 liters, I'm just going to keep holding on to that until the cows come home. How about that? $800, that is not a bad price. But eventually, I think the map is going to say, man, we really need some milk. He's not selling any milk. Let's just keep bumping up the price. I mean, what was it, like a week ago or so, we had a great demand for milk, and that price was weak. I looked at that price, I'm like, that's a great demand? Not in my book. You're not getting my milk for that price. It's not like I desperately need the money, but the money would be nice to help pay off the loan. But, you know, 300,000 liters of milk with our... Is that a 70,000 liter tanker that we have? Or is that the 70,000 liter? Or is that a 62,000 liter? Either way, we're talking like about 7 trips. From the cow barn up to the dairy farm, not the dairy farm, what's it called? There's 2 places on here that accept milk. One is the bakery and the other one's called the dairy something or other. Alright, now I gotta look it up because it's just going to annoy the heck out of me until I look at a dairy station. Duh, I mean that's easy enough, dairy station. I have thought about, and I have talked to Well, one of the family members. So there's a pretty big dairy farm, not far from where I live, maybe like 20 miles from where I live, and they got like 4,000 dairy cows. And I just happened to be going by there one day, and I just happened to stop by, and they said, "Oh yeah, if you'd like to, have a tour someday, just come by." And I told them about putting it on the channel, and he said, "Yeah, we can work something out together someday." And that's great. But being winter, I really don't want to be doing it during the winter time. Although this winter in where I live has been very mild, so I'm thankful for that. But I'm pretty sure all the people that like winter sports, like skiing, ice skating, snowmobiling, around here are not too happy the way the winter's going. So yeah, so basically, from what I just noticed, is with the 5 fields we have up here in the upper plateau, if I fill this seed drill before I go out and start seeding all 5 fields, I can do all 5 without having to refill. This is the Horse Pronto 9 by Stevie, so yeah, it uses a little bit less seed and fertilizer. It was kind of sad when I sold the seed drill on Hazard County, the Horse Pronto 9. But oh man, I did not want to seed those fields with the Horse Pronto 9. That's why we went with the Seed Hawk. And I was actually surprised. I know it holds a little bit more seed and fertilizer, but since this is a mono one, I'm like, how fast is this going to go through the seed and fertilizer? And we did a whole field. When I mean a field, it's a field. I mean, did a whole field while having to refill, and I still had half a tank. Now, the one seed drill I just used, and that was also in Hazard County, and it's a base game, excuse me, that's not a seed drill, it's a planter. It was the Horse Pronto, not the Horse Pronto, sorry. The planter, I think that is a 12 meter, I think I'm using on there. And man, planters, of course, are for root crop, sunflower, cotton, those kind of things. And when I first saw the tank, I'm like, okay, I filled up. I'm like, okay, so it holds more fertilizer than seed. I've had to refill that tank, the seed tank, 3 times, and the fertilizer tank, I haven't had to fill up at all. I'm like, are these numbers reversed? Because it doesn't. You would think if it was reversed, then it would make more sense. That I think the seed tank should be the bigger one, because I'm going through that rather fast. And the fertilizer tank is a lot bigger than the seed tank, and I'm not going through that hardly at all. I was like, yep, those should be reversed in my opinion. So what time is it now? 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so I think what we'll do is, first off, we'll bring this seed drill and the class Axion. It's not A-C-T-I-O-N, it's A-X. Axion. That's the way I would pronounce it. Anyways, we'll bring this back to the farm up here. We'll park up the seed drill and take the tractor. I'm trying to think, is the trailer... I think the trailer is at the farm. We'll bring that up to where the wood chips are. And that's right. I was going to check to see what the price of the wood chips were, to see if it was worth selling at the moment. I'm not going to pay off the loan in this episode here because I need to go a little bit more to the day to make sure there's not a great demand somewhere. I would like to get more cash only because we're like $600,000 from being below. Is it 37,000 that we're at? What are we at here? Oh no, we're just below 37 million. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We're not going to get below any special number here today. Yeah, so why I'm in here, wood chips at the bioheating plant for 123. That is not a spectacular price at all. But we'll go up there and we'll bring the trailer up there and prep ourselves, because who knows, we might have a great demand at the bioheating plant. I'd like to be ready for it whenever I can. But I think we might grab the tree harvester and maybe grab a couple more trees and stick them into the wood chipper. Or at least, quote-unquote, put the logs next to the wood chipper. And that way it can go for a while. I may have to put some fuel in another day or so, but I don't think it's going through as much fuel as originally I thought it was. I don't think I put much in there. I think I put like 1,200 liters, and I'm only down to 800. I think that's what I put in there. It's been a while. But yeah, the next episode can be rather busy, meaning because all the fields on the western side of the lower plateau, meaning the cotton field, sugar beet field, grass field, those should be ready for harvest tomorrow. They could be ready for harvest even later tonight. But the only thing I would do is probably set a worker off on the cotton field, because that he can just dump the cotton bales, quote unquote, modules in the field, and I won't care. Don't care. That does remind me though, that module is parked in field 35. I think that's what why I'm here also. Yeah, back here. It's because it's been a couple hour in-game hours. I'm looking for field 33 for harvesting, or 35. No. Sorry. Is it still here? Yep, cotton module. I know that's our cotton harvester sitting there. So I'll have to bring him over so he can get to work sometime in the next 12 hours or so. Let's go ahead and grab our trailer. Yoink. Grab that. And head on back up to where the wood chips are. Yep, there's our low loader. That doesn't, I think I did see in there, and I should try it, is, I think there's called like a strap mod. Now, I don't know if you can add them to any trailer or whatnot, but man, that'd be great if it works. But I don't know, I don't think straps will go over machinery and lock it down. I'm curious, how many logs? So I've gotten to like 10,000 liters of logs. Diesel fuel, actually it's going to I've gone to like 50,000, yeah, 50,000 liters. That's a lot of diesel fuel. Wouldn't be worth it. I've gone through 50 liters of diesel fuel. Yeah, so a couple things I may need to buy for the upper plateau. I think definitely we will need to purchase a manure spreader. And actually, maybe what I'll do is I may look online for a used one somewhere. Maybe get a cheaper one. I wonder if I have to put... when I buy it, I may just go put a little bit of manure into the trailer. I don't know if, on a worker, if it will, quote-unquote, steal the manure from the cow area, unless I have some kind of manure inside the trailer itself. Plus, it wouldn't hurt to have a little buoyancy back there for the helper anyways, a little weight in those back wheels of the trailer. Yeah, if I don't find a decent manure spreader, then, like I said, $27,000 for that manure spreader is not bad at all. Like I said, we're getting awfully close on our loan to where we're getting close to where the loan interest at midnight is, below $100,000. Almost there. And our property income per day is like what, $50,000, something like that. Boy, the first while on this Let's Play, having to come up with $150,000 every day, because that's what our loan interest payment was at night. I think it was $156,000 at midnight that we were paying loan interest. And at the beginning, it took a while because most of our fields were crops for our animals to feed them, so I wasn't selling any crop. It was basically the cotton field and the grass field that was kind of keeping us somewhat afloat. We were barely making it. And now then we started buying factories, and now the money's coming in, and now with the animals being all, we got feed for all the animals. The animals have built up a lot of production, and of course the animals reproduce, like the sheep, the cows, the chickens. Now, we do have a decent amount of eggs, but not all. You know, I wouldn't say we have an extreme amount of eggs. So with the animals, I just keep going until all of our pallets are full, meaning the sheep and the chickens. And then if there's a great demand in the meantime, then I'll think about going ahead and selling said pallets. Yep, all my tree cutting experience on Green Mountain Forest is paying off. I don't really need the HUD that much anymore to know when I'm close enough or at the right angle to cut the trees. And I always found this out in Farming Simulator. When it comes to cutting the tree, sometimes if you go straight onto a tree, it won't say cut. You have to like offset it a little bit for some reason. It's not much. I mean, sometimes you go right up to the tree and it'll be like, yeah. And there's other times you go up to the tree and it's like, why won't that cut? And you have to go up to a different angle on the tree and they'll be like, oh yeah, you want me to cut this? It's like, yeah, I do. Cut that, will you? So how many more rows of trees we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows besides the one I'm cutting into now. Alright, so I think what I'll do, because, yeah, we'll just go a few more minutes here. The episode's starting to get a little long. I try not to make my episodes go long, and I've said this a lot before in my videos. Sometimes I don't really pay attention to how long I've been recording. And then sometimes I get lost into the enjoyment of playing the game. Oh, that engine was already running. Yeah, I lose track of time. It's like, oh, this episode, I don't have that much content here for an episode. And I go to edit the video and it's like, whoa, okay, that's longer than I wanted. Let me rephrase that. They're always longer than I really want it. But I think some of you do enjoy the longer videos. I know there's a couple YouTubers, when I watch them, I do like the longer videos because sometimes I'm doing stuff or I'm playing the same game and I don't mind the videos being, you know, as they say, the standard should be 30 minutes long, but I don't mind some of the episodes. On a couple of them I was watching, they were like an hour long because I'd be playing the same game and learning things as I go. Just clear out some of these stumps here so when I start backing up it's not much of a, I mean, I shouldn't get stuck on them, but at least I want to watch out for them. So a recap of what we got going here on the farm. All of our fields are now seeded. The lower plateau, we're just waiting. They don't need to be weeded or anything. We're just waiting for them to turn over, be ready for harvesting. The 5 fields in the upper plateau, they all got seeded today. They will need to be fertilized again. So when they hit the first growth stage, I can go ahead and send the class. No, sorry, we got the Vultra. We got the Vultra on this map here. The Vultra tractor will go around and fertilize them and weed them as well. Eventually weeds will come about, if not already. The factories are producing, except for the bakery. Our bakery is idle at the moment because I don't have any wheat, but that's what the lower plateau on the east side is got on it. It's got wheat on it. And field 33, if the contract comes up in that, I'll go ahead and take that contract and get a little bit more wheat. I don't know how much wheat I'll get off field 33. I don't know if it's been fertilized, weeded, and all that stuff. But whatever we get from the contract would be great. And now that we got our wood chipper up here going, we'll slowly make some money back on the wood, on the wood chipper. It was $95,000 for that. I think I would have to probably sell somewhere about 15 trailer loads of wood chips to get my money back on the wood chipper. And then of course we did buy this land for $220,000. And originally we bought the land because I had a bright idea and it didn't work. We were going to load the logs. If I can get this tree stump going here. We were going to load the logs into the train and bring it down that way. But with no way to strap... Really, log? I know how to solve your problems. I do a lot in Green Mountain Forest. Do it that way. Yeah, so there's no way to strap the logs into the train. So when the train goes around, the logs go flying. This stump is grinding me, and I'm trying to grind it. Come on. Got to get it just right, apparently. There, be gone with you. I got my experience with a stump grinder as well. So yeah, last I checked, I think we're at 1,700 trees I cut down on Green Mountain Forest. And just like I mentioned on there, I did talk to the map author of that as well. And apparently on that map, there are over 70,000 trees on there. So I kindly joked, I said, well, I'm somewhere around 2,000, so I got like 68,000 to go. And he said, roughly. It's like, fantastic. Not that my goal is to cut every tree down. There we go. Now we got enough. I know I got more stumps up that way to cut. But I'll get these last three here and we'll wrap it up. Probably just as I wrap it up, we'll see a great demand pop up. But if it does, we'll just have to wait until the next episode. Yeah, so next episode probably... If nothing goes on, it'll just be morning, and I'll probably pay off. Well, I would like to pay off 50,000. Let's just say $450,000 off the loan. Is probably what I will pay, because I need that cash at midnight to help pay the loan interest. Let's go ahead and lift this up, turn that off, and like I was taught as a kid, put it back where you found it. Not that I always do, but we will. Put it on down here. So yeah, the wood chipper is back up and running. That'll make us a little bit of some cash. Like I said, usually I try to sell when the wood chips at the bioheating plant at the dairy. Yeah, see, I already forgot the name of it, dairy station. When it's at least $150 per. That's what I kind of prefer. Yeah, so I got 324,000 liters in here, so that should make it run for a while. I keep forgetting I can just look down here. Yeah, we're kind of going through the fuel a little bit, but I think it's good for at least until morning. If we run out of fuel, then the tanker is... Oh, that's right. I took the tanker back down because I was selling the cow slurry at the BGA, I do believe. And then I was taking the digestate from the BGA to the garden center. Yep, trying to find any way I can to make money on this map right now. I mean, there's a lot of ways to make money, but, you know, $37 million to go, and we're almost there. Almost there. That's what we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate your watching as always, and I'll catch you next time on the Pacific Northwest. But until then, have a good one.